Hello everybody, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. I was here in compasses and I just spent 15 minutes looking at this puzzle thinking I was making some amount of progress, and on reflection I had made effectively no progress. So I think we are gonna take some time moving on, and so we have 10 windows perfected of 28, and we now have this region and this spiral region. I'm inclined to do this white plinth spiral before doing this all 5s, 6s and 7s madness over here. So we did one of these. It was some less than greater thans, inequality differences and stuff. We've done two other puzzles here. Not sure which, but there's that one and another one around here somewhere, but we'll come down to the bottom and simply come to this one up the spiral. Oh god, it's got loopy. Oh no. We'll see what we can do. It's only difficulty 4. So we have A. Then this is A plus 1. This is A plus 2. A plus 3. And A plus 4. But this is variable. It's at minimum plus 1, but it could be A plus 3, A plus 4, A plus 7, A plus 8, or something. But we do know that these must be 5 different colors because they can't share and be smaller and bigger than. Also, that has to be a plus sign because of loopy. There cannot be a point where exactly 3 borders meet. So I think this is fairly traditional in a loopy puzzle. Somebody is going to get this giant zone. Best guess, it could be this guy. I really have such a terrible mental framework for how loopy works. So if I did this, that can't take that, yeah. If that was just a region, right? Then what remains is 29. Let's just imagine this. Oh god, I can't even do that. How does one do this? Like, is this even correct? I mean, okay. No. I was going to say we could do, instead of this, we could do this, but that leaves the T there. Well, we could do... This could be thicker on the outside edge. So this can't do this, which means it must do that. That's fine. We can do that as well. So that's 5, but that makes a thing. I hate loopy so much. I just don't get it in my brain. Is there one here? Or is that a rock? That's a rock. Difference minimum inequality. This is more my speed. I hope. It's a level 5 puzzle already. Minimum 3. So this is minimum 4. This is minimum 4. This is minimum 4. This is minimum 4. And this is minimum 4. Because if it's 3 on one side, it's got to be 4 on the other if the minimum is 3. Minimum 4. Lots of different zeros. Well, this has to be minimum 3 on the dead end of the center. It can't do this because of the double line, so that's your 3 right there. This has to be minimum 3 coming to here, but it has to be at least 4. Could be bigger. Then that means that this has to be minimum 4, because it's going to match whatever number this is. Now, this is minimum 4, because it's got to be bigger than this 3. That means that this is minimum 4, which means this is minimum 5. And that means that has to do this, because we can't go up to 6, so that's the 5. So that's good knowledge, which means this is minimum 6. Cool. Now, that's minimum 3. Well, this has to be well, yeah. I'm just looking at these two guys here. This and this. And my brain was going on a little loop of, well, if this is 5, we just know that this is now 5. And we know that this has to be bigger than 3. This is 4. And this is 4. Because this is 5. And this has greater than or equal to. And this has greater than, greater thans. Not equal to's, just greater thans. Which means we're going to have either a line here or a line here, because we can't do this and have this be 4 and 4 and be 4 and greater than 4 at the same time. So that is a specific limitation on those. This has this space here. And I don't know what size this is going to end up being. But I would guess that it could be 5 and 3. And then this is the 4. Because if this is 4, this is 5. That would have to be a line. Then that would have to be the 4. This would be 3. This would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minimum, because it has to be bigger than the 4. That would be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure this is going to come crumbling down any minute, but hey. Oh god, this 0 can't have... Yeah, this 0 breaks me. So... whatever this is going to equal this. But this has to be bigger than this. If this was 4, this would have to be 3. That would have to be 4. This would have to be 4. This would then have to be the 5. Then this is 4. This has to be the same as this. If this is 4, this is 4. This would have to be a 3, but this can't be a 2, and this can't get bigger because of the 0. If this is 4, this has to be 4 as well. But how do I get a 3 around this corner? Oh! I mean, hypothetically, this could be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6 bigger than 5. This is 6 equal to 6 equal to 6. Might ever work? So then this is 4. This is 4. This is 3. This is 5. This is 3 equal to 0. This has to be smaller than 5. This has to equal 5. Oh, it's so close. There it is. All right. Not bad. This little tricky maneuver in the middle was quite something. That one's not available to us. There's a 3, a 3, a 3. Oh gosh, okay. Just 2 regions. And every one of these 2s is either a 1-3, or a 2-2, or a 2-2. So that's what we have to start with. Well, the whole thing is going to be 2 regions because of the 2 roses. So this has to get out. It can't go that way because it would double back onto itself. So it has to go out. It can't go that way because it would double back onto itself. This side, a lot more freedom. We basically need stuff to touch all of the... Like, this region needs to touch... all of these. But it's not that simple, because we can't just do Q on this side. But I figure with the two regions that we have, all of these fixed lines need to have one color on one side and the opposing color on the other side. Right? Oh, that completely pens in the red. That's no good, is it? But this tile must be green. I can't cut the stage effectively in half with one color. So they're going to need to kind of do, for want of a better representation, I imagine, something like this, give or take. So back to starting up here. You must get out. You can't go there. You must go here. You can't go there. That gets a line. That means this is going to be green. That's going to be green. And we know these must be green and this must be green opposing that. This green has to get out. This is only difficulty 3. Maybe I'm just not seeing the visions so easily. Okay. Maybe my previous thought was wrong. I was thinking about this as kind of the solution. But if this is one color and we have green and green here, then it probably makes more sense that it's going to go like this somehow because of the green that is already forced. So the outside edge can never be red. So that one's green. That one's red. That one's green. Those are red. That's red, that's green. That has to be green, that has to be red. Alright, once I figured out the edge, that was not so bad. Then we got this guy and this guy. Have I looked at this one before? Oh, jeez. Alright, watchtowers are back again. What can we do with that? Polyominoes and watchtowers. But these guys don't have to be one region, they could be multiples, and that's totally fine. We can have as many regions as we want. We just have to... I wonder if there's some kind of pattern that just kind of lets us kind of effectively tessellate between all these regions. Oh, that puts you at 4. Interesting. Well, of course... if I just did something like this, Now this one here and this one here breaks it, but then we could basically do this. And the rest of the space makes up for the problem areas. So can I make it so that there are no 2x2s filling in the rest of the space with just L's that don't otherwise touch? They touch though. That leaves a 2x2. Leaves two 2x2s, in fact. I can totally see the vision though. Is it that? We just turn the angle of that around and hit Q? Yeah. Cool. Looked really intimidating. Was fine. Compasses! And the same series of all 2 watchtowers. Alright, what can we do with this? It's a great question. Well, can't do that. So I think this has to be this. This can take the one behind it to stop this being on too many colours. But that can't take that. So we can't do this with this guy here. Now I'm just seeing spots. Oh, so many spots. I just want to go back to this. So this was none of the shapes within this ever met. That's how we did the 2 wide thing. So do we need to have I was going to say, do we need to have a bunch of individual shapes that otherwise are amassed around one single free space? But I don't know how. I mean, I could do it like that or something, but then that doesn't leave anywhere for this one to come down and leave a space that doesn't have 2 after it. Again, only a difficulty 3 puzzle, so it shouldn't be like out of this world difficult to find the trick. Can't do that. Can't do that. So I think this one has to take this guy on the left, because we can't go up to take any other. So you're definitely taking you. I'm just not sold on taking this one of the ups, because we can't go there and we can't have that be a different color. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's closer. It's closer for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How about that? Boom. Alright, again, yeah, with the regions that effectively can't touch within a sea of a different region. We've got a bunch of stuff over here. That was very schmeary. So what have we got? We've got a 2, we've got a 4, we've got a 6, we've got another 4. Give me the 2. Oh, it's bricky. Bricky! Alright, well, you. You. You're there. There cannot be a place where 4 borders meet. That must be a border. That all does that. That gives you your 2. 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Who gets what to finish? One, two. God. Can't be a place where 4 borders meet. Can this do this? Nope. Up to here I was pretty happy. Now I've just got to navigate this bit in the middle. So you've got 2, but we either have to go this way, which puts you on 3, or this way. Oh, we can do that. Okay. Big island in the middle that my brain just was not observing. 4, 6, 4. Bunch of stuff that we haven't even unlocked yet. How many do we need for that, I wonder? 1 more to get the regular old window. But they really love this 2-dot business, don't they? This wasn't all this, was it? Yeah, there was like other stuff here. Other puzzle types. What's this guy? Bricky. Ugh. Bricky, get out of here. Precision 5 Compass Watchtower difficulty 2. Alright. Happy enough with this to start. That can't take that because that becomes at least 3. The thing I don't immediately latch onto is just like, where's my next bit of logic in spaces like this, you know? This could do that. I think this line has to exist, right? No, because it could be that. Of course it could. This is going to have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, except it doesn't have to be that. It could be this one or this one. But it has to be 4 up. And then an ambiguous 5th somewhere. It's not too bad to figure out. This has to get out. So it'll either go this way or this way. Which means this has to get out in a different direction. Why does this feel so good? God, I hope this is erring towards correct. This has to do the same story as this guy did, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of them will be the 5th. Because that gets a line. That ends up with 3 colors, which it can't. Five, 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey. Yeah, for difficulty 2, it sure is a whole lot harder than what difficulty 2 was 1,000 puzzles ago. Spiraling deeper. Restore the Spiral Island window. Achievement unlocked. So, these ones are still here until we get the gold in another 9 puzzles time. This might be the toughest one in the game. That one there. Either that or presumably... because there's no one puzzle on this island that looks like it's kind of presented as the be-all and the end-all, you know? But for now, we still have lots of work to do over here. We'll do some more of that next time. For now, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.